liable for telling the truth about her. And to me, this is unethical behavior, shows very poor judgment as well. Very foolish thing to do, really. And, you know, I just wanted her party, Projet Montreal, to be aware of this and to look into it and to, you know, do something about it, really. I don't believe it reflects very well on Projet Montreal that they have a candidate who is, you know, complicit in the cover-up and denial of clergy abuse in her religious community, has even participated in efforts to shut down a peaceful public protest against clergy abuse and other issues, but has also, you know, essentially falsely accused me of libeling her in an effort to hide the truth about her own complicity in her religious community's clergy abuse cover-up and denial, and to say nothing of the clergy abuse itself. If you sorry? It's probably just as well she can't read yet, but I'm assuming. I think she was asking, what is this? So yeah, it is problematic. I'd be the first to agree. You know, it's pretty, but these are the facts. These are the indisputable facts. The Unitarian Universalist Association, Boston, which represents Unitarian Universalism in the United States, and I would say internationally, and is very, very closely affiliated with the Canadian Unitarian Universalist religious community. Most of the Canadian Unitarian Universalist ministers, including Reverend Diane Rowlett, are actually American ministers that are imported, you know, from the Unitarian Universalist Association. So there's not really any big separation between the Canadian Unitarian Church in terms of the ministers and the Unitarian Universalist Association. So, you know, they're basically all wrapped up in this, and they did clearly attempt to misuse Canada's blasphemy law to try and force me to conceal, get rid of blog posts that told the readily verifiable truth about serious clergy sexual abuse, including sexual abuse of children. So we'll just continue to show the signs here. Sure. Okay, so far so good. And the police at Station 11 are very familiar with my protest in front of the... Yes? I thought somebody was saying excuse me to me, but I was wrong.
So what do you want to do?
I think what I'm going to do, just to satisfy the woman's concern about vulgarity, is I'm actually going to cover up the pedophile and rape thing. So we're just going to display this from here on in. Unitarian Universalist Misuse Blasphemy Law 2, and I'll leave it up to people to guess, but it should be obviously from my other picket sign about Sue Montgomery, you know, which doesn't actually use the term pedophilia and rape. One more time, the picket sign, which speaks about Gazette Justice reporter and Montreal Unitarians' complicity in Unitarian Universalist cover-up, doesn't speak about specifically pedophilia, but it does say helpless children have been raped by Unitarian Universalist ministers and Sunday school teachers, but the Gazette's retired Justice reporter Sue Montgomery never reported the UUA's misuse of blasphemy law and clergy abuse cover-up. So yes, I guess the R word is still there. Can't help it. I'm playing off of the whole being raped never reported hashtag. You know, so here's the interesting thing. You know, thinking, you know, here, you know, the woman's concerned about the vulgar language on my picket signs. You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I am going to cover it up. It's just very unfortunate, but the fact of the matter is if Sue Montgomery can, you know, have a hashtag with the word rape in it, I don't see why I can't have picket signs with the word rape in them, and yes, the word pedophilia as well. You know, if Sue Montgomery can create a hashtag that contains that 4-letter word or 5-letter word if it's in the past tense, and have it all over Twitter and other social media, to say nothing of news media and so on, then I think I ought to be able to display it in a protest. Oh, hi.
How are you?
Not bad, just keeping Sue Montgomery on her toes. So that was another candidate asking how I am, and I said I'm keeping Sue Montgomery on her toes, and she said good. So I do believe that I'm getting some approval for this protest, and that's a good thing. You know, she saw the picket signs. She's a candidate for Kip Kader, quite a nice woman from what I can see, who has been a NDG resident for over 2 decades, about as long as I've been protesting outside the Unitarian Church of Montreal, actually. I began my protest in May of 1998, and it hasn't ended because Montreal Unitarians haven't bothered to deal responsibly with the injustices and abuses and hypocrisy that I'm protesting against. So it's no big deal for me to go to church on Sunday with a few picket signs. Anyhow, it's nice to have some moral support from at least one person seeing this protest, and from the sound of it, more like at least 2 or 3 for that matter, now that I think about it. So, anywho, we'll just see what happens here. And, you know, if the police show up, we'll have a little chat with them. Well, it's quite possible. I think I heard someone, like they were calling in a complaint, so we'll see what happens. It's, I've talked to them a lot of times in the past.
Okay, so that's fine.
I've got a lot of experience in this.
Yeah, you don't know, you're not doing anything illegal.
I don't think so. I think it's they might make a dispute about my being right here, but this is public property as far as I'm concerned. It's not private property, so I should be okay. So thank you for acknowledging that I'm within my rights. I think I am. I think I am.
Yeah, you are, definitely.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good evening.
You too. Yeah, yeah. So this gentleman believes I'm well within my rights to be displaying picket signs here in front of the Centre Sportif de Notre-Dame-de-Grace. He thinks I have every right to engage in peaceful public protest here. And so far I haven't had very many people suggest that I shouldn't be. In fact, I don't think I've had anyone suggest that I shouldn't be protesting. So. Anywho, I'm just going to have a little wander over here and have a look inside. See how it's filling up or not. Okay, so one of the guys who walked by was one of the candidates that I didn't recognize. So we got Russell Copeland, we got the Coalition Montreal candidate for mayor down there, and a small handful of people. I'll just you know, shine the camera down there. And so this is what it looks like right now. You got a few minutes of time on the video here before the half-hour time frame runs out. So coming up towards the end of a half hour of protesting outside the Centre Sportif de Notre-Dame-de-Grace. Probably got another half hour in front of me before I decide to go inside. I hope to be able to ask a question to the candidates that will hopefully raise this issue. It's going to be difficult because it's, you know, it has to be done in a certain way. You know, I can't just start, you know, talking about Sue Montgomery's integrity problems. I have to frame it in a way that fits into the format of the debate. So, and the questions periods, it's going to have to be about you know, NDG public issues. And I think I actually have a pretty good angle on how I can ask a question that all of the candidates can answer, including Sue Montgomery, that would be very, very closely related to this. So hopefully be able to do that. In fact, you know, maybe what I should do is go down and sign in for the question period. But if I do that, I sort of risk missing some people seeing the signs, as it were. It's 2 columns, like a newspaper.
I'm not sure Unitarian is.
It's a religious community. Sue Montgomery belongs to the Unitarian Church of Montreal, and she has never said a word about her religious community's cover-up of clergy abuse. And on top of that, she was the Gazette's justice reporter.
Oh, okay.
And she should have reported the story in the Gazette. She didn't. So, and she's directly involved herself in trying to shut down my protest in front of the church, you know, misusing police powers. So,
No, we said pedophilia. Who's being charged for that?
Unitarian Universalists in the United States, charged, tried, convicted, went to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should be clear with that one because they don't know who, you know.
No. If anyone asks a question, I can answer it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you can't put too much detail on a picket sign. So, yeah.
Like I told the guy, what, you know, I didn't come in. Like, I don't vote. I had one come in. I said, excuse me. I said, I'm a low-income worker.
Right.
I said, why should you be entitled to work 8 years, 2 terms, and get a full pension? I said, you know, oh, please. Yeah, this is what I call political psychopathy. I had Asperger's and autism.
Right. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, mixed. That's
okay.
like
No, I know a guy who...
No, the reason is because I had to get help myself.
Right.
There was nothing here for adults.
Right.
Social, oh, but
right.
you know. No, I'm just saying. So I like telling people, like, the other one I have is like, I'd be a good lawyer assistant.
Right.
No,
lawyer,
but I know
a guy just like that.
But I know where to hit. It's like the monk.
No, exactly.
Wait a minute, here's what.
I know a guy who does that. He's
if I
actually.
could, I don't have to. Here's about the book, you know. But yeah, you know, the thing is the dog thing. I have dogs. I take stray dogs, homeless dogs. You know,
right.
I have one in Pekingese, this big.
Right.
Apparently, you pay for the shots, so it's not rabies. There's no danger.
Right.
If you drop the leash, you're entitled to $650 fine.
Right.
If you just drop the leash.
Yeah, I've heard.
But, excuse me, but I said, how many people have been bitten?